Hi, welcome to Now You're Cooking, and tonight we're cooking with Fear. That is Charlie Fear and Mike Fear here. And Charlie's going to be doing salmon rice bowls, and he's going to get started right now, and we'll talk about some other things after you started.
All right, so to start with, we've got some fresh salmon here, cut up into roughly even sizes, both an emphasis on the top area and also how thick they are. And then we have seasoned those with some garlic granules and some chili powder. You can use the chili powder of your choice. We have a lot of different options at the store. And then drizzled with a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to use this Breville microwave, which has an air fryer feature, to just go ahead and put those in there. Turn the air fryer on, and then hit start. Something I found with this air fryer is that technically it has a 3-minute preheating setting, and then it will automatically jump right into 10 minutes. What I found with this is I can go and just throw it in and let the pan preheat with the fish right in there. And by the time that comes out in 13 minutes, the salmon is some of the best that I've had. It's just perfectly done, not too much, not too little, and there's no thinking involved. So if you like salmon, but you're not really sure what to do with it, this is a great way to make salmon easily, whether you're making it for a rice bowl or something else. So also in the meantime, we're waiting for our sushi rice to finish, and once that finishes in the zojirushi rice cooker, we'll add some sushi vinegar to that to season it. Do you want to talk about some things that are coming up before I start to prepare some of the other toppings?
I'll certainly do that. Just to let you know that something from the home country is coming up next week. Cornish pasties. If you've never had Cornish pasties, they're awesome. They're going to be prepared by Louisa, so she'll be back in front of the camera. I also want to point out that both the Breville air fryer and the zojirushi rice cooker, guess where they're available? Now You're Cooking, of course. Also, just in case you've been by the store, you've probably noticed the big blue curtain. We are, as you probably already know, under construction. We're getting the new kitchen ready, and that's why tonight you'll probably notice this is not a familiar place for us to be cooking. This is actually Charlie and Heather Fear's kitchen. It's a brand new kitchen for them, and it really is we think it's pretty state of the art, and so we're enjoying cooking here. I know Charlie and Heather enjoy cooking here, and so I'll let Charlie talk about his prep here. So,
all right. So when it comes to the salmon bowls, just like the salmon is simple to prepare, so too can the things you're going to include in it. So I like to include a number of vegetables and a couple of other proteins, along with some seaweed snacks and a couple of different sauces. So the first thing I'm going to start out by doing is I'm going to take a carrot that I've peeled a little bit here, and I'm going to use this OXO box grater, 4-in-1 box grater, to just grate some carrot strips. So you can prepare the carrot a couple of different ways. I used this thicker piece last night, and it gave some nice thick discs. But today I want more of a shredded carrot sort of feel. And so this box grater is going to go right through this carrot and leave me with some pieces that I can add to my sushi bowl in any amount that I want. I'm going to set that aside. My carrot's ready right there. And then something else that I always like to include in my sushi bowls are cucumbers. They're just a really good balance to some of the stronger flavors that you might get from the salmon or from the sushi vinegar or some of the other ingredients. These ones are smaller ones, but you can do any size. The thing that I've found with cucumbers, especially your more standard size cucumbers, is that there's always more cucumber than I'm expecting. And so For 2 people, you can probably get away with half a cucumber's worth. With these ones, probably 1 or 2 cucumbers worth. But with a regular size cucumber, you can probably get away with half a cucumber's worth of cucumber toppings.
Nice little 6-inch chef knife. That looks like something I've seen at Now You're Cooking also. Wusthof, I believe. I'm just a salesman here.
A simple salesman. Also got some radishes here for a little bit of bite. Very underrated salad ingredient, if you ask me. And then with these, I'm just gonna do some nice thin slivers, but again, they add a nice crisp, fresh flavor to your bowl. I guess with these, this is a bigger radish, so I'm going to cut them in half, so I'm not overwhelmed by that when I'm trying to eat. I was just talking to somebody today about how do you just guarantee that you're eating the rainbow in terms of the color of foods that you're eating, so you don't have a monotone meal. And bell peppers in particular are a really great way of bringing some exciting color to your dish. Last night I used an orange bell pepper. Today I'm obviously using a yellow one. You can get as many bell pepper colors as you want. Really have a delicious, again, great vitamin C in these. Also really fresh and crisp thing to add to your sushi bowl.
When we do paella, we often do a variety of peppers. The colors add to it, because you have to admit that color does make a big difference to how your dinner appears. You know, whenever you go out, if it's a colorful dish, it really helps.
Avocados, a great thing to add to, almost any meal. Nice neutral flavor, offering some good fats to your meal.
Healthy fats, right?
Healthy fats.
Yeah.
I mean, not all fats healthy.
Oh, some are.
What about
some are.
What about butter?
Oh well, butter is mentally healthy.
Oh, it's
healthy for your mental.
For the soul.
You got it. Yeah.
I should have got the pit out first, but I'm not going to worry too much about that one right there. I like to just cut this one into thin slivers, and when I'm putting the avocado on a plate, I'll fan it out in more of an artistic presentation. It's a little bit trickier when you're in a confined space like a bowl.
Slippery little buggers.
Very slippery. Everything's slippery right now. Give myself a little rinse here so that not everything becomes avocado-y and slippery. Oh, it looks like we're going to be perfect timing on the salmon and the rice. We've got about 7 more minutes on the rice. We've got about 5.5 minutes on the salmon. Oh, and it's cooking right along, looking beautiful.
Another color, another bright green.
Another green here. I am a massive fan of green onions, also known as scallions. I love putting them on all sorts of things. They add a little bit of extra character, and again, that visual element that can be really nice with dishes. But whether it's a soup, sushi bowl, a noodle dish of some sort, curry, put them on just about anything, and they're just going to add some really great flavor.
I'm thinking that we used to call these spring onions as well. I think that's so. If my sister tunes in from England, she'll probably correct me at some point. it's good that we have so many people tune in from far afield. We have sometimes Nora from Massachusetts, and we have cousin Carol from England, and it's we appreciate hearing from you all. So we'll be looking forward to resuming demonstrations from the new kitchen when it arrives. And of course, we'll be looking to do some more wine tastings. We really enjoyed doing the ones we did the end of last year, and we miss all our wine tasters. So, okay.
Yes. So, as I was pointing out before, we have a lot of items from a company called Sushi Chef. And so these items are perfect not just for making salmon rice bowls, but also for making sushi. So if you're making your salmon rice bowl and you're like, gosh, the 13 minutes that this salmon's going to take to cook, I'm going to be hungry in that time. We have these great miso soup packets where you can just boil some water and then make a nice little cup or a bowl of miso soup to tide you over, act as a nice starter for your meal. And then while I've gotten this seaweed from a snack pack from Hannaford. We do have the toasted seaweed sheets for making sushi rolls, but you could certainly cut those up and use those in a sushi bowl. Pickled ginger is going to go great with everything. A little pinch of pickled ginger on the side of your sushi bowl is just going to be really fresh and tasty. Usually when we use sesame seeds, we're using black sesame seeds, but we also have some white sesame seeds here. And again, that's both to give something a little bit extra to your sushi bowl, both visually and flavor-wise. In terms of more sauces in the sauce arena, we have some dark Japanese style soy sauce right here. Just a little splash of that to give a little bit of saltiness to your dish. We love to use this Japanese barbecue sauce in a number of different dishes. It's got good consistency, nice flavor. I recommend that paired with the soy sauce. And then you can also use some Kewpie mayonnaise, which is a mayonnaise that you more typically see in Asian cuisine.
Quick shout out to we get this from the Kennebec Meat Company, which I'm sure many of you know, our butcher in town. And so if you're looking for this mayonnaise, that's a great place to go and get it.
Some other things that I have, so in addition to the veggies that I prepared and the seaweed sheets, I've hard-boiled some eggs. Hard-boiled eggs go really well as an extra protein in your sushi rice bowl. They're also great if you make like a dumpling soup. So something that we like to do as sort of a combo is you make sort of a chicken broth sort of soup. Put some dumplings, either homemade or ready-made from the store, and then you can add vegetables and hard-boiled eggs in there to just build out that soup nicely. And then we've got some edamame here, some soybean that we've heated up a little bit in the microwave. It was frozen beans there, and those again are going to add some extra nice texture to that bowl. And then, so what do I drink when I have a sushi bowl? Well, we're no longer in dry January anymore, so it means we can start to consider things like sake. And we have a lot of great sakes at the store. We have some particularly fun ones that are cup sakes. So this is, I don't know whether it's specifically called Cuphead. I call it Cuphead because he's wearing a little cup on his head, but they've got these cute little designs. They're perfectly portioned to serve one or two people at a meal. But come in and check out all the different sakes that we have to offer, and also plum wine as well. So it looks like our salmon is done. So while we wait for our rice to finish up its last minute, I'll pull the salmon out so we can take a look at that and ooh and ah. when I talk to people about making this salmon in the air fryer, I refer to the air fryer process as just it's a cheat code, because it shouldn't be allowed to be as easy as it is. It just comes out and just falls apart. It's difficult to even get it to the bowl because it's just so perfectly done. Perfect timing. I was concerned the rice wasn't going to be ready, but I guess the universe looked kindly upon me. So there's my rice. I'm going to take my sushi vinegar and I'm just going to spritz it in there. And take my rice paddle here and mix up the rice a little bit. Okay.
The rice cooker is just a game changer, really. You don't have to even think about it. Set it whenever you like.
Yeah.
And it's ready for you when, you know.
Yeah. So this was 2 cups of sushi rice, and you want to do a 1 to 2 portion rice to water. So 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water in there. So let's I'm still working on my plating technique for the sushi bowl, so we'll see how this comes out. I'll go ahead and get a little bed of rice down in there. Close that back up. It's a guest appearance from my dog. Thanks, Bergie. And then I'm going to take an egg here, just cut it in half. Set it down there. Put some cucumbers in there. A little bit of avocado. Just sort of making a bed for my salmon. Normally you send people to sleep with the fishes. I'm sending the fish to sleep with me in my belly. Get some carrots in there. And the nice thing about this is it does become culinary arts, because you can make it look however you want it to look. It's all about making your own creation here. All right. Let's grab a piece of salmon here to throw on top. That guy looks good. Oh, I've lost the skin. Skin's the best part. Oh no. I'll have to come back for that later. And get a couple of pieces of seaweed there. Sort of feather in the cap. I'll take my... Is this one open? I think I've got an open one in the fridge. That one's the camera ready one, the pretty one. This one's the workhorse.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Oops.
That stuff.
Warning that it'll come out quicker than you think it will.
That stuff is really good. We had some the other night, and it just is yummy, yummy good.
And drizzle some soy sauce around.
Boy.
And I think...
Looks like you got it.
Oh, I gotta get some green... I don't know if I got green onions on there. There we go.
I'm ready.
Might not look pretty on the outside, but it's gonna taste real pretty on the inside.
So there you go. That's this week's presentation. Thanks to Charlie Fear, Salmon Rice Bowls, and we'll look forward to you tuning in next week for Cornish pasties. And just come by and say hello and admire our blue tarp as we finish our kitchen renovation. And thank you again for joining us tonight.